Hey, what's up, you guys? We are hanging out here with As I Lay Dying. Can I have you personally introduce yourself to our viewers?
Yeah, I'm Tim from As I Lay Dying. I'm the singer, I guess, if you call it that.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know. Whatever.
We'll just go with that. All right. You look like a singer.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know what to say.
Have some fun with this. If you're laying on the floor dying, has someone called an ambulance?
Wait, what?
I'm sort of playing with the name. If you're laying on the floor, you think someone's called an ambulance? I don't know.
Would somebody call an ambulance? I would assume.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so, especially especially on tour. I think that somebody would be paying attention, looking for me, wondering why I'm not on stage, something like that.
How about if I was laying on the floor dying, what would you do?
I would call an ambulance. I'd probably check your vitals real quick and then call an ambulance.
Make sure I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Is that what you intended when you made the name, or was there a?
No, well, the name actually, we got the idea from the novel, and for us, we just like the way it sounded. I mean, I'm not trying to sound too shallow here, but we just thought it sounded cool, and then we've since been able to apply our own meaning to the name.
For people that have not heard of your music, why do people need to check out As I Lay Dying? What's your music all about?
Well, I would say that if somebody is turned off by like heavier forms of music, they might not like our band. But if somebody's interested in music that is energetic, has a certain amount of an aggressive sound to it, but that's also balanced, I think, with a great sense of melody. I think that's where our band really really shines, is that we're able to be aggressive but melodic at the same time.
Going back maybe 10 years or so when this started, how did your mom take the news that, hey Mom, I'm gonna go off and be a rock star for a living, I'm gonna go play in a band for a living? Was that kind of hard to explain?
Well, I'm one of four boys in the family, so my three brothers, we've all had our individual phases, and I don't think that I'm the first guy in the family to do something that maybe wasn't seen as like a traditionally
Are you surprised you made it as big as you have? Because I mean, there's a million bands out there, and you guys are probably one of the ones that made it.
Well, for our genre, there's a very limited amount of bands that can make a living. I think that I feel very honored that we play the type of music that we do, and we could still provide for our families and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty amazing to me.
How do you think all of this, the music, the touring, the spotlight, how do you think it's changed you as a person, like good or bad?
The traveling, I think, is the greatest asset of playing music, but it's also, I think, at the same time, one of the greatest hindrances from having that normal community type connection, whether it be with family or with back home I have like a small church group I meet with, and so I'm a little bit disconnected from those parts of life at times, and so the greatest blessing is also the greatest curse,
because you're always gone.
Yeah.
How do you think your faith and spirituality has influenced your music, and I guess the way you navigate the rock music scene?
For me, I write songs just trying to deal with what I'm experiencing in life, and just trying to process that whole thing, and for me, I'll always process that through my mindset as somebody who believes that Jesus rose from the dead, and so that will influence. Say I'm just talking about a difficulty in life. I'll have that perspective that there's more than just this life. So our trials are only temporary type thing.
Have you ever had to tour with a band that maybe really conflicted with your beliefs?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, all the time. I think we we're in the perfect genre for finding that conflict. But most of the bands, once we get to know each other, it's a lot different than than it might seem. If you just read our lyrics side by side, it's as far as the actual interaction between two human beings. It's pretty hard to have people intelligently represent what they believe and be angry at them for that.
May I just say that it's a little bit chilly out here. If we were in the sun, this would be a lot warmer.
Yeah, I apologize. I got a jacket.
I'm jealous of your jacket. Yeah. I'm sitting here like everyone probably thinks I'm a nervous little kid. Was there a point when you felt like you had made it big, like maybe when you got the tour bus, or was there a point where like all the music really started to, you know what I mean?
The moment that I sort of took a step back is when I came home from tour, and I was calculating, how many bills I had and how much time until we left for tour again, and I realized I don't have to go out and get a job before the next tour. You mean I can actually just stay at home and write music until we leave for tour? And that was when I actually was at the point where I was making a living being a musician. To me, that's a dream come true.
Now, if you were to have maybe the triple platinum album, or you know what I'm saying, like the big paycheck, what would you want to splurge yourself on?
I know this is like sounds like a Miss America answer, but like I legitimately, if we had multi-platinum albums, I would give a huge like portion of those proceeds to some charities that are really close to my heart.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good answer, and I think it's genuine too.
Yeah.
You seem like a nice guy.
You know, I think there's a lot of people I consider family that are in like very devastating circumstances, and one of those things where you realize, okay, like my standard of living is excellent, even if I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment, you know. So then my life has gotten much simpler in the last, you know, few years, and I'd rather you know, help those people out.
Do you encourage mosh pits?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, if somebody falls down, pick them up, but as long as you know, everybody's having fun, I like moshing. Yeah.
You know, I can't really. I'll be honest here. I'm not particularly familiar, but I know you're a heavy band, so I can't really see you up there being like screaming, and you know, you just don't seem like that kind of guy. Do you go into a different zone before you go on stage?
It's funny because it pretty much hits me like the moment I walk on stage. I'm pretty mellow all the time, and then right when I get on stage, and then after the show for a couple hours, I'll hang out and, you know, and be a nut, you know, just backstage.
What do you mean be a nut?
You know, just like hang out with my friends. You know, we'll you know, celebrate the rest of the night. You know, just you know, just being a bunch of idiots on tour. But before we play, I'm very mellow.
So am I gonna be scared when I see you on stage?
I wouldn't say scared. I mean, you know, I don't know.
Are you intimidating?
I mean, we'll find out. I guess I don't know. You know, I don't think of it in terms of, I'm not trying to intimidate the audience. You know, I just want to bring like certain
Yeah.
passion and intensity. You know, but
You're not trying to scare them away.
yeah. I mean, passion and intensity is like one of those things where I think you know, it can translate a lot of different ways.
What's the trick to saying goodbye to a really obsessed fan?
There is no trick. You just kind of either gotta go, or you gotta have somebody come drag you away. Yeah.
Who's gonna come save you from me?
Nobody around here. So
You're stuck, man.
yeah, they're all working, setting up in there.
You can't walk off now. Cameras rolling. So if I were to want to join the band, how do we make that happen? Like, is there anything I would have to change, or
If we were looking for somebody, my first criteria would be the best musician we could find.
really good bango drum player?
Well, unfortunately, we don't need one.
Well, maybe on the next record.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll go with a more tropical approach to it.
Yeah, we'll find out. You know, we'll see when the time comes.
Okay, you have my number. Describe the person next to you using one word.
Describe you?
Yeah.
Using one word. Friendly.
Friendly.
Yeah.
That's good. I would say kind.
Thank you.
'Cause you're talking to me.
Yeah, well, thanks.
And you would donate to charity. That was cool. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever said to you?
One time we were doing a signing at a festival, and somebody had us sign their baby.
How did that go?
I mean, it was fine. The baby didn't cry, so it was fine.
That's good. So you didn't intimidate the baby?
No.
You're a very mature band.
If you heard some of our arguments, you probably wouldn't say that. We argue over the definition of a sandwich one time.
Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Come with me behind the scenes, backstage, and onto the tour bus to meet your favorite stars. We are backstage with Slipknot. I am here with my good friend, the American Idol, Chris Allen. I'll ask questions you've never heard before and show you the answers you won't find anywhere else. You said you're a Justin Timberlake fan.
No.
Maybe that wasn't you?
Oh my God, I shouldn't have smoked all that weed.
What do you like about Katy Perry?
Everything.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Huge meaning or self-defining sort of thing.
I think we just lost one of our interviews. Rate, comment, and subscribe for new videos every week. Reporting for YouTube, I'm Brian O'Dell.
BryanStars! BryanStars!
I'm the reason you go on tour.
You're the reason I'm here, baby.